Hey, everybody, it's Doug Green, and I'm the publisher of Technology Reseller News. And I'm very pleased to have with me today Luiz Domingos, who's the CTO of Mitel. Luiz, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, Doug, for having me. Great to be here.
Well, I'm really excited to be doing this podcast. As we were just talking about before we started our podcast, Mitel is in the everyday work life of a lot of our readers and a lot of our listeners, either as a product that literally is being used this very day at this hour in many sites that they're managing and so on. It also is a product that many of our readers and listeners are familiar with, sell, are partnered with, and so on. So news about Mitel and what's happening, the innovations and work you're doing on AI and partnerships that you're developing and new thinking on problem solving is really important to everybody. So Luiz, we're going to jump right in and talk about a couple of big announcements that you guys have made very recently. And the first one will be about Common Communications Framework. So first of all, what is that? What is the Common Communications Framework?
Yeah, the Mitel Common Communications Framework is a blueprint. It's basically the evolution of our hybrid communication solutions encompassing products and services. And by definition, a hybrid solution, a hybrid deployment, is a combination of certain applications on-premise, hosted, private clouds, and the SaaS UCaaS type of deployments. All of them supporting and providing services to the customer. So there's some research done recently by Frost and Sullivan, and also our own checks with our customers. Majority of the customers out there are utilizing hybrid deployments. So this is a figure that will remain the same for the next 3 years. Over 80% of customers are hybrid. A small amount of customers are either full premise or full cloud. That's what we see nowadays. And what we're bringing here is choice, correct? So what we're bringing to our customers with the Mitel Common Communications Framework is choice and flexibility. Flexibility to decide and provide investment protection and augment the investments they made in telephony communications infrastructure with more functions, and not just eliminating or removing what they had, but basically bringing the flexibility to add on top and provide the right interoperability. What we see today is that these complex solutions required a very unique capabilities for orchestration, for integration, and interoperability. And that's what Mitel is bringing to the table. UCaaS is certainly an element of it, but UCaaS is not a final destination. It's just another option that comes as part of this kind of solutions. That's how we see. By checking with our customers, we confirm that the Mitel Common Communications Framework provides that capability and gives them the choice to decide and when they are going to deploy a solution in that mode. We recently provided an announcement of the Mitel Secure Cloud. You probably saw in the news. Mitel Secure Cloud is a key element of the Mitel Common Communications Framework because it gives the customer that flexibility of deploying the solution in a hosted private cloud with our voice platforms interoperating with all the other products we have. And as you can see in some markets, if you think about healthcare, finance, governments, or in certain regions, there are higher degrees of expectations for data residency and data sovereignty. And we are providing that with the Common Communications Framework and with the Mitel Secure Cloud application.
Now, my understanding is also that along with the complexity that a lot of our readers face, part of the idea here is to create some simplification.
Absolutely. And simplification comes from the fact that the customers don't have to deal with the complexity that they have in the day-to-day of their deployments, correct? So we provide simplicity at scale and gives them the necessary functionality that they require to offer a wide variety of functionality coming from the telephony into collaboration and communications and conferencing as well that their business needs and that we can provide with that scale. And our solutions are highly scalable, so we can go really from the small, medium enterprise all the way to very large enterprises, but always keeping the simplicity and using the same structure of functionality across these different deployments. That's where the simplicity is coming from.
Now, part of the challenge today isn't just the technology challenge, but making the technology work for the workforce that actually is, that we actually are facing. And it's my understanding that your thought process included this.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are distinct types of customers and audiences for our products. So during the pandemic, a lot of effort was given to people working from home, correct, knowledge workers like ourselves. And there's an underserved population for the frontline workers.
Mhm.
And we are bringing them solutions that address the diversity of the workforce. Frontline workers, they have different demands for communication applications, for communication devices. There's a simple case of mobility in the enterprise, correct? So a lot of DACT mobile devices that we sell nowadays are very tailored for that kind of workforce, for factory campuses, for big hospitals. So that serves them very uniquely. And also some verticalized applications that are very specific for them. Think about trading solutions for the finance market or healthcare dedicated applications. Just one example there. At Mitel, we have one application for e-consultation that we're deploying successfully already in Europe called Virtual Care Collaboration Solution that allows you not only to do the remote consultation, patient care at home, but also bring in AI capabilities into that to support doctors and nurses to give a better patient experience in their services.
I'm glad you brought that up because workforce also means ultimately the people that companies and organizations serve and work with. So better EX results in better CX.
Absolutely. Fully agree. And actually, this is another point that we're always putting there, correct? So when you bring AI, you're not bringing AI just for the sake of the technology, but we're trying to find what are the specific industry integrations and applications that will take benefit from bringing AI, correct? So that example was given you. So you can have a patient at home care with a lot of IoT devices monitoring their blood pressure and their vitals, etc. And through AI, we can use the communication, man machine, correct? So from the doctor and nurses to the equipment at the patient's home to collect the data, provide the necessary analytics, and monitor the patient situation and evolution. So that's where Mitel we want to be unique. We're not just providing the horizontal solutions for communications and collaborations that we have today, but also providing the vertical integrations that are very unique for the customer segments that we serve.
And the AI is sort of really under the hood. It's being used to do these things, deliver these things.
Absolutely.
So, Louise, I also understand that very recently there's also now a big announcement about Mitel and Zoom.
Yes, it's very recent. It's a week old
Mhm.
announcement, just announced last week. So Zoom and Mitel are partnering, and the partnership is to address the development and joint deployment of an exclusive hybrid offering. As I was talking about the common communications framework and the hybrid solutions, this is something that at Mitel we believe deeply that that's where the market will take us. And at Zoom, we found a partner that believes that as well. So the option or the opportunity to work with Zoom and partner really addresses hybrid deployment and combines Zoom Workplace, Zoom AI Companion, with Mitel's flagship communication platforms, our platforms for voice, with all the infrastructure that we created through the years, 70 plus million users out there, with the opportunity now of bringing Zoom capabilities into those customers, um, ensuring that there is a Zoom first experience adapted to the Mitel's hybrid portfolio. So for us, the hybrid model in this case for enterprises will bring the security, the control, and we'll take the best of both worlds scenario, correct? We're taking the mission critical communications and the long-term experience that Mitel has in the marketplace, and nobody in the world, everybody in the world knows the word Zoom, correct? So it's an industry-leading collaboration vendor. So we believe there are significant opportunities to have these solutions deployed. And in reality, it's not only a simple integration and sales approach. So there is technology partnership in that as well. So we're going to develop some capabilities across the two solutions. As the CTO, I've been involved in some conversations, certainly. We're going to take advantage of bring your own carrier, bring your own PBX for carrier routing through PSTN with the existing PBXs, interoperability between Zoom Phone and our Mitel PBXs. As well, we're going to have a client expression to that. And the client expression for our hybrid cloud users will be unique and will be fully integrated into the Mitel workplace, into the Zoom workplace, sorry.
So even though sort of Zoom is a little bit ubiquitous, for Mitel users, there's going to be more of a bespoke experience, it sounds like.
Absolutely. And this is why we were very excited. Because before, in other types of solutions or integrations that you see out there with other vendors, what we observe is that there is some degree of interaction, but at best, you have a application plugin, which is not sharing the same user experience, not doesn't have the same um, taking advantage of all the capabilities that a platform provides. With Zoom, we're going to have a client for our hybrid users in the PBX that will be fully integrated in the Zoom desktop, which means you have the user experience common across on the desktop. And if you go on the mobile client, it's even better because it's only one mobile application. Today, if you have this kind of partnerships, this kind of integrations, is two applications, one for conferencing collaboration, other one for telephony. This will be fully integrated with a common user experience.
And again, you guys were looking at the way people in the mid market, enterprise, and so on work, and also that you're going to be having better. There'll be better control, security, and so on.
Absolutely, because this is exactly the message of the hybrid solutions that we offer, correct? So we want to ensure that the customers feel comfortable. We have customers in segments that are extremely demanding with compliance, regulatory, government agencies around Europe, where security, data residency, and privacy are paramount. And we want to ensure that when we do this, the solution has all the elements of security. So, and we are implementing that in the interoperability between Zoom and Mitel products, and that will give our customers the assurance that it's not just a simple deployment of solutions that are dispersed and not integrated, but also brings all the elements of security and reliability of the data and attends all the compliance requirements they have.
Now, are there other aspects to this in the way that enterprises actually work, especially with hybrid work?
Yes, well, remember that this is not only for communication and collaboration, but also we bring into this all the vertical solutions that Mitel has into the bigger landscape. And that's where we want to ensure that our customers are served not only in the horizontal solutions of UC and communications in general, but also in the verticalized applications they have. So all of this will encompass the whole solution that we deploy. Yes, and another aspect of the solution with Zoom and the partnership is really the unique customer experience that we're bringing to the table. So it will deliver all the capabilities that they require either through professional service and managed services capabilities that will fit the enterprise evolution, how they grow, how they provide hybrid communication solutions. And this will be provided to our customers either through our channel partners or through our professional services at Mitel. But the idea is to show that this integration goes not only from the customer experience, but also from the user experience as well. So all the elements of the experience are taken care of, and we'll ensure that overall the deployment and the partnership with Zoom will give our customers, our channel partners, as well as they deploy this to their customers, the possibility to have an interesting dialogue, an interesting drive on how we create the future experience around our hybrid deployments.
As a CTO of Mitel, could you give us sort of a broad view, broad look at how you view innovation and change at Mitel?
Absolutely. Oh, that's my favorite topic. Yeah. So certainly we have invested significantly in our portfolio and how the portfolio is evolving. And there is a lot of initiatives that we're driving internally, which will come as part of announcements in the next few quarters. So definitely a lot of work around contact centers. So our contact center is evolving, and we're into our next generation program that will create the solutions that our customers need for AI and AI integration into our portfolio. Not only by ourselves, but we're also taking advantage of our large technology partnership community that are bringing very good products that augment the solutions around our voice and collaboration and contact center applications. One of them, I can illustrate a few of them. We have a company called Poly AI, a company called Talkative, that are providing very good entry levels, or basically providing the interesting entry points to our contact centers, particularly when you talk about chat, speech, and also capabilities for AI around virtual agents and analysts on the material that we create. On the opposite direction, taking insights out of our contact center, we have several partnerships. Certainly a partnership on our recording capabilities that is bringing the ability to do all the transcription, taking insights, doing summarization, sentiment analysis around all the recording of our contact centers. That is a fantastic tool for our contact center users for training and customer satisfaction service. So there's a lot being done in that direction. And very importantly, we have our vertical applications where we also create tailored solutions for the verticals that bring value around AI, around new technologies, and ensure that we continue to evolve what we give to our customers.
Luiz, I really want to thank you for joining me today. This has been really interesting. Thanks for the big update on the framework, on also the new partnership with Zoom, and also your vision basically and what's happening at Mitel. Really interesting news. I'm looking forward to doing this again in the near future. But again, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Doug.